Jazz tip of the day. Just keep on taking the L and move forward. Be invincible, kid. That is.
Ray Jaz a call. Major decision, 14-4.
Here we are, Mikey. Jazz tip of the day. Good things come to those who wait. Welcome to season 3, season 2.5.
Okay.
Let's just go season 3.
Yeah, I think 3's better.
Season 3 is great. We got a lot to cover, Mikey. Number one, my beard is looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Less patchy than last time. I think I kind of found my look. My hair's a little crazy.
A little crazy,
know?
but you still got a little bit of a fade left, though, so it's not too
Fade. I think it's a full mullet at this point, you know? Before it was like a mohawk, now it's a mullet. I don't know. The high school kids like.
Show me the back. Show me the back.
But
Oh, yeah, you're reaching mullet territory. Yeah, it's a mullet.
there it is. And I got a cool little background. The office changed a little bit. You can see a tiger peeking through. But hey, we upgrade for season 3. But we have a lot to cover, Mikey. We haven't talked in like maybe 2 months.
Yeah, about 2.5. You know, it's been some time, man.
Been some time. You know, we had some good shows. We had John Cena Sr. I think, was that the last show, or did we have something after that?
No, we had KP after him too, yo.
We had KP. We had Nikki Barbs again.
Barbs, yeah.
Yeah. But we just followed AC, so that was a wrap on the high school season. A lot of good, a lot of improvements from last year. A lot of bad. Not a lot of bad, but, you know, there's always bad with the season. But we had a record-breaking year for Bridgewater, Brereton
Oh,
Wrestling.
really? Okay.
We had 20 wins as a season and 2 state qualifiers.
Okay. Is that the
Great
most
season.
Bridgewater Raiden has had before?
I don't know. The most that I've been there, they've known. They've had some good teams, but not like this. So we're really shaping the program up. Me, Coach McCann, and Murphy. It's been good. And Sam. We have Sam there too. And this other guy, Bennett. But making it happen.
Okay.
The kids enjoyed the season. That's what matters the most.
Now, I know, you know, like you said, there's some good, there's some bad, you know. What would you say were the best things about the season?
Best thing about the season is finally, like, this is my 3rd year here, is the team camaraderie and just like how the whole culture is changing. Like now everyone's at the tournament. They're all in groups, right? There's not one man left behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that team chemistry, which is huge.
Yeah.
And just people rooting for each other. You know, we have more of a crowd at our home matches. And just they're turning into fighters, you know what I mean, rather than just rolling over and getting pinned. I mean, there was some of that this year, but, you know, weaving those guys out. But it's good. We had a tough freshman this year. Little McCann's son, he was a tough freshman this year. He's going to get nothing but get better. You know, he took his lumps, but we'll get there.
100%, man. 100%. Hey, Jersey is a tough state, bro.
It is.
State.
It is tough.
One of the toughest.
Yeah, and my buddy's kid won a state title at 144, freshman Sonny Amato. Pretty good.
Wait, a freshman at 144?
Yeah, beat one. I think the kid was a returner at 44, and this freshman came and beat him. My buddy that runs the Dragon wrestling club, and he's the coach of Rubs and Fairhaven. He got the job done. He won it. Kid's an animal. It's gonna be.
Dude,
it was fun. It was fun to see.
As a freshman at 144 is nuts, dude.
Yeah, that's like a pretty legit weight class, you know.
It's one of the legit weight classes, bro. It's like, dude, that weight is like arguably the most stacked weight, both at like high school, at college, right. You know, just because like it's like the perfect blend of size, speed, technique.
Yeah, you need a little bit of everything in it for a freshman to win it. That's nuts, right? That's pretty crazy.
Dude, because like at least when you were at like, I know 99 doesn't exist in Jersey, but like at those lower weight classes, you got a lot of younger kids. It's not as crazy. Once you reach 144, you're getting seniors, you're getting juniors.
Right.
You know, they've had years of experience, years of just lifting and being overall stronger.
Right.
So to be a freshman and win the title is just at that
Very,
rate, it's just wild.
very impressive. He got OW, so it was good. Eliezer DeLuca's doing a great job over there, and they're a public school, so that's cool to see.
So where's he going? NYU?
No, are you kidding me? No.
He's got his choice of the litter. It looks like right now.
But it's great. The kids that I coached at Berkeley Heights when I was a middle school coach. So Joya made it, Dosty made it to the States. Kreisberg made it. So they had a good group. Kreisberg, Dosty, Faxton, and Joya. Joya ended up placing 8th. So that's pretty cool. Like the kid that I coached in middle school, like my first year, he ended up placing 8th, but it's good. He has one more year.
That's fire, dude. That's fire.
I know Bruce and Luce were in their ears, so we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. You got some kids like that, but you want it to happen for the high school you're coaching at. And then my hometown, South Plainfield, even though they didn't have any boys state qualifiers, they had a girls state champ, which is
nice.
the first ever girls state champ for South Plainfield, which was record breaking, of course. Good for the program because they kind of had like a down year, so kind of made up for it,
Hey,
it's great to see.
The state champ, man.
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
I think she was 4th seed and battled her way to a state championship, so it was good. It's funny, dude, because I stayed with Little McCann for the finals and stuff. So we were up in the coaches side. So every time they took pictures, like with the medalists and stuff, you could see like our little faces in the back. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. You guys are in every championship photo, yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We forgot that it was gonna be like that, and then people were like sending us pictures of the live feed and stuff. They're like, "Yo, we can see you. What are you doing?"
That's funny.
But dude, it was a long season.
Yeah.
That's why I took a hiatus from the podcast. I took a hiatus from the Jazz tips, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Just so I could put my full effort into coaching and my wrestling. Because I feel like it needed a little break. It needed a little revamp. And just because I haven't been hustling, Mikey, or just because I haven't been showing that I've been hustling, doesn't mean there's new things on the horizon, because there is.
Yeah.
There is. Real hustlers move in silence.
Hey, you got that right. Hey, but, a little careful with you. I mean, you heard about the news of Meek Mill. I mean, I'd be careful using stuff like that.
What? Oh, what, Meek Mill?
Meek Mill, P. Diddy,
Oh, allegedly. Well, who knows? I literally heard about this yesterday. I'll put it
like this: the court did him wrong, bro, because it said that because it listed off who the witness was. It said famous rapper, dated Nicki Minaj, right off rip. You already know. Has video of said act with P. Diddy. It did him so dirty, dude. Like there was zero. They might as well just read his name out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't. It was weird. Like I literally like heard just a little bit of it because someone was like talking about it at the gym. So I don't know. I don't like to.
We're not gonna talk about it here, but it is absolutely wild, bro.
Yeah, well, I guess I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff like that going around.
A lot of stuff. But back to the thing.
Well, we can only control what we can control.
Let's talk about your guys, bro. I want to hear more because I know, dude. Like saying you got 2 state qualifiers is one thing. You guys had a great season. I want to put in more perspective, right? What were the expectations? I want to know.
You want to win everything. That's why, like, the bad was we lost the teams that we should have beat, and I really wanted to. We beat Warren Hills, which I think was the first time our school has ever beaten them on their senior night.
That's a massive W.
We beat, I think, 2 or 3 teams on their senior night because they thought they were just gonna like roll. We beat them up pretty bad.
So the expectations, like other teams thought you guys were gonna roll over for them.
Yeah, and we beat them on their senior night. It was great feeling. But then we lost to teams we lost to teams that we could have beat. Like we weren't expected to beat them, but like little things like that. But our 120 pounder, he took his lumps during the season, like lost close matches, lost a couple things for us, but he made it up when he qualified for the state tournament, dude. It was crazy, bro.
Fire, dude.
Yo, he talk about clutch. Like he beat the kid from Watchung Hills, and like Watchung Hills, we have a little rivalry. They beat us like early in the year, and then this kid lost to this kid twice during the year. And then when it counted the most, like at regions, he beat them 8-0, like crushed, like at a game.
Was it in Bloods or was it in the championship?
So this was to get to the semis. So Sam came up with a good game plan for this kid. Beats the Watchung Hills kid. Great. So now he goes to the semis, like wrestles a stud for the semis and loses. So after the semis, you go right to the blood round. And he was wrestling this kid like from Kenilworth, and like he's losing, like he gets put in this pin. This kid like kicks out and like gets this kid on his back, and he pins the kid.
Oh my god!
And then the kid, he's going to states and everything, so it was great. It was awesome for him because he needed that. He had a tough year, so it was great to see. And he's a senior too, so it was very great to kind of see.
It was a great way to end the season. Like now, he was at state tournament, end of season, he was a state qualifier. That's lit, man. That's awesome.
Good for him. And then our junior Matt Diaguardo qualified at 150. That's kind of like my guy. He was a freshman when me and Murph took over, so it's like our guy that did it, you know. So he pinned his kid in the semis from a kid that dropped down from 57 who was pretty good. Dude, wrestled his butt off and ended up pinning this kid to qualify. It was great. It was awesome. It was an awesome time. I was super happy for him. And then states, you know, kind of let the whole Atlantic City like states thing affected him. I think he could have done a little bit better, but hey, he's got another year. So now he's
the championship experience now.
Yeah,
man.
now he's got the experience and he gets to see AC and he won't get overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
And that's the argument I have a lot about, like, oh, Atlantic City, too many distractions. We should move it. No, you shouldn't. Number one, it's fun for the coaches because it's a great place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And two, everyone's in the same boat. There's distractions everywhere. You know what I mean? There's distractions of doing the wrong things. There's distractions with, like, you know, partying and kids doing the wrong things. But that's for everyone. You know, that's for everyone. If you move it somewhere like the Meadowlands, well, the schools up north will have an advantage because they can stay at home. You know what I mean? And commute. You move it to like a Trenton, teams close there have an advantage. I think Atlantic City is the best part because it's not really an advantage. I mean, unless you're from Atlantic City, which rarely happens. Like, everyone's in the same boat. Everyone has to get a hotel room. Everyone has to travel a decent amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's in the same boat. And I think it's just really fun for coaches to go to that, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, like, think about it like this. Like, that's a massive spotlight for kids. Like, it's awesome, man. You know, it really puts, like, going to Atlantic City, like, going to the boardwalk, that sounds like a fire place to go. I mean, Meadowlands sounds cool, too, but, like, going to the boardwalk, going to Atlantic City, like, that just...
They were talking about the Prudential Center in Newark, but, like, dude, like, Atlantic City, it's just unique. It's different. And I'm being selfish. I think it's the best state tournament ever.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. It really is cool because you have the boardwalk and it's kind of like a celebration of wrestling. And they moved it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It used to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I like it better like this because, you know, hotel rooms are expensive during the weekend. But then you have that Sunday to, like, travel and get back and relax a little bit than hustling home Sunday. But it really is the best venue, you know. And it's funny because it could get in your head. Like, that state tournament, like, it's like you put it on another level because it could get into kids' heads. And as a mindset coach, like, we make them visualize the moment, visualize themselves there. That's why it's hard the first time you make it to place or even be a state champ because you let this tournament be on a pedestal. And it's funny, like, when you get to college, like, you'll wrestle in tournaments, you know, 5-10 times harder than that state tournament. You know what I mean? That first college, especially like D1 or even D3, when you go to these opens, like, you're wrestling guys in your bracket that are like multiple state champs from different states and like all Americans. So it's like this, you know, it's funny though, because like
it's like the stage is set so high, but the competition relative at the collegiate level, it's not the same.
Yeah. And me and the Zanettis were talking about this. We were like, oh, some of these seniors, like, they're going to be in tournaments, like, even tougher, and they're going to do better in these college tournaments in the state tournament because of the pedestal that they put themselves on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. And there's a lot of, like arguments and debates over, like, public school and private schools and stuff. honestly, when I was at South Plainfield, we wrestled a lot of private schools because if you want to be the best, you have to wrestle the best. You know,
Yeah.
if you want to get seated, like if your goal is to be a state champ, well, guess what? You have to beat these guys. And they say, oh, well, it's the funding. It's, they just pick and choose guys. Yeah, it is. But you look at Rumson Fairhaven, like, they done something because they built a community and what they have. It's like you got to make the effort to keep the guys that you have and to put the emphasis on off-season training. Like they can still go to club and get better. A lot of these kids think, and it's weird. I kind of don't understand it because South Plainfield was such a great feeder program, and like we always trained in the off season. But I could see the argument of like private schools. You want good drill partners and you want to get recruited for college, right? But I feel like with wrestling, like you could do it at a public school, But if it's better for them, then why not? I don't know. It's the big argument that's going around in Jersey, at least.
Is the argument what's better for a kid to wrestle in at a private institution or a public, or is it about should they be in the same class and compete?
The same class, and I think yes, they all should be in the same class. Like they separate the team states and the individual states. So the team states, like they separate it in groups. So group 1 is a smaller school. Group 2 is a little bit bigger. Group 3 is a little bit bigger. Group 4, even bigger. Group 5, like Bridgewater, were huge. So, and then they have non-parochial, which is private 1 and private 2. So like the teams wrestle separately, yes. And then individuals, everyone in the state, which I love. That's great. That's how it should be. But everyone's making this debate, privates versus public, blah, blah, blah. I go, who cares? If you want to be the best, you gotta wrestle the best,
Yeah.
But I favor the public schools because I'm a public school kid, and I honestly think kids should stay in their hometown. There's something like great about like doing it for your hometown, making it a community rather than, and I'm biased here, but I think it's more special when you do it for your community than when you're just doing it for a school or because they picked you because you're good. Like there was a lot of transfers this year that I don't think should have happened. I think honestly they should have stayed at home because the community would have benefited more if they stayed than the private school would have benefited having them in. Because when they go to the private school, they're just another number. They're just going to be another state champ on that team. Yeah. Where when they're in the community, I think they win it for the community and they become the man in that community. You know what I mean? Like homegrown, which I think is more valuable than being like, oh, I'm the third state champ for Del Barton this year. Great. I'm not taking that away from him. Great team. Like, congratulations. Del Barton was the number 1 team in the state. They're a private school. And, we beat them at South Plainfield. And it's funny, like, people hated South Plainfield because we were number 1 and so good. But I bet you they'll take us back now. Because we did it all in the community. We were an 8 square mile town, and we did it, and it was the community because the community supported us. We had the PAL building, we practiced, and it was great because the businesses around the school, they all like supported us. They all went down to Atlantic City to watch us wrestle. And I think that's a big thing that is starting to be missing a lot in Atlantic City is, with these private schools, there's a lot more private schools making it and less public schools making it. So you don't see that big crowd of random towns. Like you'll just see like, more private schools, which is kind of smaller than like back in the, not saying back in the day, but 10 years ago, like you'll have the South Plainfield crowd, you have the Hanover Park crowd, you'll have the Phillipsburg crowd, you'll have like the Edison crowd, you'll have some like Piscataway mixed with all these other different public schools, which just have more people and more people go down to watch it. I think that's kind of missing because like private schools, it's not like you have the community there. You have like, school and other things like with South Plainfield, dude, you had business people going, just overall fans. Like, I'm not saying there's no fans of these private schools. I just feel like that community thing is missing with this. And I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but that's just my own opinion.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's great that kids have the choice. I love that there's a choice, right? You can pick, because every situation is different, right? And I want to tie it back to what happened with, what's his name? Gabe Dean, right? He was at not even Gabe Dean, Snyder, right? He was at, his younger brother was at at Ohio State, and he was like, hey, I'm doing really well, but I can't hit that next level.
Right.
I need that next level. I'm going to Penn State. you know, just
Right,
because they
right,
have what I need more of, you
right,
know. And I
right,
love that there's every situation is different. But I
right,
do agree, I do like that hometown vibe because you have a community behind you now. Now
right,
you have
right.
tradition, community. People are feeling for each other because they know each other more personal. With a private school, like you said, instead of you being the man, you're now the cog. But sometimes people don't want that pressure. Sometimes they want to
Oh,
be.
yeah, they want to be your product of who you surround yourself with, so I could see
Yeah.
that too. And that's what, like, there's no winning this debate.
But I do agree
There
with you.
is no
I
winning
do
the
agree with
debate.
you though. The
Yeah,
individual states, I like it all together. I
yeah,
love that because now you get to
they
really
should
see,
not
you
change.
know,
Yeah,
well, what's the point of separating yourself out? Like
right,
it's wrestling. You
right.
want to be the best.
And
Go
and
wrestle with.
I think like them making this big debate over private and public, it puts more pressure on the public school kids thinking that the private school kids are unbeatable when they're not. It's wrestling. Anything
Yeah,
can happen.
yeah,
Like you could still train as much as a private school kid in the off season and in season. If you're not getting enough in practice, go to a club or do
yeah,
private. Stay after. It can be done.
yeah,
Everyone thinks, oh, I need a good partner. Well, if you're a good wrestler, you'll get your partner better.
yeah.
There's so many
Literally,
resources.
iron sharpens
So
iron.
there's so many resources out there where they could do that. But like I said, the debate can go on and on. And I'm sure if we get 1,000 coaches here, there'd be 1,000 different opinions.
Yeah,
That's just me. And like a lot of things that I noticed with wrestling now is like the kids that are at elite level are not doing anything crazy. They're just wrestlers. They wrestle in every position. They win every position. And that's what I've been telling my guys. There's too much like crap going on with guys hitting like weird moves where they think that's going to win them a match.
brother. You
No.
know what it is? You're absolutely right, Ray. Just show them videos of when elite guys wrestle elite guys. They're not doing those crazy moves. Maybe once
No.
in a while, but 9 times out of 10, 20 times out of 20 times, right? It's guys going back to the basics and working
Right.
on what works for them.
Working in a hand fight, getting to a single leg. It's funny. Sonny actually hit a Falcon in the finals and got like 2 points and like some back points. But that's not like a funky move. Like that move's been there forever. It wasn't like he did it. Like it was like I forgot what other people that we used to call it a Falcon. Like when someone shoots a single leg on you and you whizzer and it's kind of like a cutback.
Okay.
That's been around. That's not like anything crazy. Like that's been around. But a lot of these kids, what they do is they just see moves on TikTok and they try to hit it.
Yeah.
Instead of like watching like a Zane Rutherford or some of these other elite guys from Penn State, like they're just staying in the hand fight and like not getting tired. They're not looking to cut corners, especially on bottom, dude. It's so ridiculous. Some of these like just get to a stand up. They're trying all these weird
Just stand up. Just stand up. They're trying to roll through. They're just trying all these crazy things just to get out to avoid having to do the hard old fashioned stand up, get out,
Drives me nuts, dude. But hey, it's the way it is. And it was funny. I was having a conversation with one of the coaches that I've known. I'm like, wrestling, it's like a circle. You know what I mean? What's old is new, and what's new is old. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's like 1 year, like the biggest thing that people were hitting when I was like in college was the super duck, and everyone wanted to hit a super duck. Remember super duck?
Mikhail, bro.
Yeah, no one
Like
hits super ducks anymore, right? They all do this
I
like
think
weird.
Evan Drill was hitting it too.
Yeah. Right? I haven't seen a good super duck in a while, you know.
Fair, yeah.
Where's the super ducks again? But it was good, man. It's a good wrap to the season, and I think the kids are more motivated than ever to get after the returners. So we had nine region qualifiers, and then 2 state qualifiers. Out of the 9, we have 6 region qualifiers coming back, and then yeah, we had a young team, so it's good that we're
How many
reloading.
of those guys placed?
What at regions?
Yeah.
4 or 5. I don't know.
That's massive, dude.
I,
Are
I
those all returners or are those all together?
So we're losing a couple seniors, and those are like my boys, the seniors that we're losing, because like a lot of them, like I had 3 years with them, and they're good kids, man. They're really good kids. I work out with them at Lifetime. It's awesome, dude. I'm low key gonna miss them.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah. But I still see them in the gym. But when they go to college, it's gonna be different. But they know, like I'm your not only just your coach, I'm your mentor and friend, and they could always hit me up, And that's what it's about. Sometimes it's not about the wrestling. It's about building a bond and friendship with these kids so they can pass it on to future generations, right? You know, because those are going to be the next leaders in the next 5-10 years. You
Yep.
know, in wherever they're
And maybe
whatever
their
they're going to.
kids are wrestling, right? Maybe they get their kids to wrestle, you know, the
Right.
next generation right there,
Right.
man.
And all those kids were super kind of like new to wrestling, like it's actually pretty impressive what they were able to do in the 3 years that I was there. So
Yeah.
very rewarding, you know. Yeah, it's
No,
crazy.
for sure, dude, for sure. I mean, with your two state qualifiers, you know, your region places, like before their season, what was even their expectations? What was your team's expectations overall? And honestly, be honest with me, what was your expectations for the team?
It's funny. You know me, I'm an optimistic. So, like, I thought we were going to beat everyone. You know, I thought, like, oh, we're going to beat all these teams. Like, Murph thought I was nuts. I was like, oh, we're going to beat Phillipsburg. We're going to beat Central. Like, we didn't, but I always had bigger expectations, but they exceeded Murph's expectations, which is good because it is what it is. But you know, it was good that we had two state qualifiers. That was like a good like end to what we wanted. You know, you're never satisfied at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know,
You know, if you don't
we
win,
would have loved to see
like
both of them place. You know what I mean?
yeah, but we made it to the sectional finals against Peaburg, and they beat us up pretty bad. But you know, if it was any other section, I think we would have won it, or at least like whatever. But it is what it is. You know, it's how it is.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. But we did better than last year. Last year we lost in the sectional semis. We made it to the finals this year. So long as you have an improvement from last year, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. You want to see improvement, and I'm sure you see your guys working every day, giving it what they got.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for is, hey, did you reach your potential, right? Are you doing your best to reach your potential? And would you say your guys did their best to try to reach their potential?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like what I tell people is as long as you leave no stone unturned and you can say I've done everything that I could, you know, everything that I possibly could do to achieve my goal, then okay, you know. And kids have different goals than what I expect. So that's it. Like,
Hey,
you know.
I know dude, you're a different animal. Where I remember you coming into 2 practices. I remember you cutting weight before you even go to class.
Right.
I get it. This is where, you know, there do be some issues where sometimes we're like, you know, that's why like in the NFL, right? The 49ers, before they had, what's his name? Harbaugh, right? Before they had Jim Harbaugh, right? They had a former middle linebacker who was in the Hall of Fame, right? But he wasn't a good coach because he couldn't communicate. Like, he was fine communicating with the star players, but you know, those middle of the road players, those players that, you know, maybe their expectations were different, right? They didn't have the same expectations. They didn't have the same ability. He wasn't able to communicate with them where friends are like, hey, why can't you just do it? Just be better.
Right.
You know? And you know, like for example, you had a different drive, dude. You had a goal in mind and you wanted to achieve it, you know?
Right.
Maybe they just haven't realized the goal yet.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, sure, but I'm also understanding now, because I've been coaching for so long, that like everyone's gonna have different work ethics and different goals, and that's why I'm kind of I don't like to call myself a good coach because that's kind of being egotistical, but I think I'm a pretty good coach because I'm relatable. I can relate to these guys. And I want them to enjoy it. I want them to enjoy wrestling more than kind of I did when I was their age. Like I want them to enjoy it because sometimes it's not about the accolades and the achievements. It's about community. It's about building best friends for life. It's about being a part of something that not everyone in the world could say they're a part of, right? A very few amount of people can make it through a wrestling season. And all these kids did, and it's great. It's more, and I preach more culture than achievements, like being a part of a team, and that's something Coach McCann gave me in high school, and it's great that I'm coaching with him. He was my head high school coach, and dude, everyone was afraid of this dude in South Plainfield. Like, you know, you wanted to. He's a very very stoic coach. And it's funny, dude, like now we're like best friends. It's great. Like we joke now, we make fun of Coach Murphy. It's great. We make like, you know, I Photoshop Murphy's heads on people. It's great. He loves it. So it's good. I get to see a different side than when I was in high school with him. And I think, you know, that's what made this season a lot lot and more enjoyable is having Coach McCann back, you know, because it's like it was awesome how life comes full circle. Like he was my head coach in high school. Now he's coaching with me at Bridgewater. And that was a big part of the culture change because, you know, even though Coach McCann's kid's a freshman on team, he wants to do stuff that's good for the team. You know, he wants to build that culture like it was in South Plainfield. And that goes with having like, you know, team hangouts with the guys, you know, doing different events like that the team does. Not something that we make them do, but the team and the captains and the kids want to do. You know, like we brought them the Rutgers matches. They actually, it's funny, they went to one of my matches and kind of
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. That was a good one. And now I feel like they all hang out with each other in the high school. It's great. That's what we want. We're building a culture, and sometimes you got to sacrifice winning, you know, to keep the culture alive. And that's what a big thing that McCann taught me and Murphy this year. Like I remember it from high school. Like I remember all these rules McCann had. And we didn't understand it at the time because it's like, oh, coach just has crazy rules, whatever. But now I understand it as a coach. You know, if someone does something wrong or misses practice, well, then he's going to miss a match. And even if it's a big match or not, you still have to sit him because it teaches the kids like you can't just do whatever you want. You know, it's about a team. It's not about an individual, you know. And it's crazy. A team like that we had that had like 5, 6 state finalists in one team. Like he was the same way with us. You know, it was easy for anyone to say F it, like blah, 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 but preach team, and that's what it is. That's what it's about. If you have high team goals, you're going to do high things for yourself, you know, because his big thing is we're not just building champions on the wrestling mat. We're building champion people, champion individuals, building men, right? Teaching them life lessons. Like you can't just always do what you want. You know what I mean? You got to do what's right. You know what I mean? And that's big. And it, you know, that's why I'm glad he came on board. You know, it's awesome, dude. We had a lot of fun this year. Yep. Yeah, it's great. Great to see. Yeah.
I love seeing you yelling, bro.
Huh?
I see you smiling, giggling, everything, just talking about
Dude, it's funny. It's funny because like I would have never thought I'd be coaching with him. You told me 10 years ago you're gonna be coaching with Kevin McCann in 10 years. I'd be like, you're nuts, dude. There's no chance. And no, I'm glad it happened. It's dude, honestly it was a great experience. And I hope he comes back next year. Well, I hope I don't know what I'm doing next year, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened this year. But no, dude, it's funny how life comes full circle. And you know, it's crazy. Like we and it's funny. It's like that's how I grew up, and to see it come full circle is just icing on the cake. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, for sure, man, for sure.
And I wanted this kid to qualify for states this year. We had a little bet going. We were like, if I get Matthew to qualify for states, he was going to be on the podcast. Coach McCann was going to be on the podcast. So I didn't win that bet. So
how close did he come?
He like lost in I think the blood round of regions. So a great kid though, dude. He was just a freshman, had a tough dude. The same thing happened to me my freshman year. So I could relate very heavily, but kid's going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast. He works really hard, has an unlimited gas tank, you know. He just has to keep on believing in his ability, and he'll get there. He'll get there. Yeah.
I love the term unlimited gas tank, bro. When you got guys that like after a match are ready to go again, bro, that's how you know they're ready, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny, like he went to states like, you know, to see it, and I said you got to visualize yourself here. And don't just be content with being here. You want to win it. You want to place in this thing. So he's doing what he can now. You know, some of the seniors gave him a lifting plan, which is good. That's it, man. You got to put in the work in the off season. That's where champions are made, you know.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of times what I tell these kids that don't make it to states or don't achieve their goals, same goal, just more time to do it, right? You got 363 days to do it now. You know?
Yep. To get back right back to states, right?
363 days to make it happen, you know. But it's how it is, Mikey. So that's kind of like the season and a wrap up, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, pretty good. I was satisfied with this year. You know, good year.
I hear that. I feel that, you know.
But yeah. And now NYU's doing their thing. How many national qualifiers? They get 3?
3 national qualifiers.
They couldn't break our record of having 3 regional champs. It was me, Evan, and Noobs. Or did
Yeah.
Sean Lyons? We had 4. Did Sean Lyons win it? We had 4 regions.
Sean, when you guys won it, no, he didn't win
Yeah.
it when you guys won it. He won it his senior year
Right.
when COVID hit, you know.
Right. That
Yeah.
sucked, man.
That
Like, they were already there.
Sean was gunning to be a national champ that year too, bro.
Right. Dude. I knew Sean was something else, man. Where when he lived with us, we found his like notebook of like drilling. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like people to get after, like different drills, like his diet. We're like, yo, who's this psychopath?
It was fucking Sean Lyons.
I knew it was Sean. Noble didn't know who it was, and it was great.
Who did Noble think it was?
I don't know. Noble's just Noble. He goes, oh, is this Paisans?
Paisans? No.
I go, dude, it's definitely not yours, bro. And then it was Sean, so it's great. I always loved Sean Lyons because when he came in his freshman year, he was kind of like the dark horse, you know? Like, he was like third string, whatever. I was like, no, this kid works hard, man. Like, he would drill hard with me. I was like, yo, he's gonna win that spot at 41.
He was that dark horse where you had Crisco coming in from NC State, right?
Right. Yeah,
You
Capola,
had
right?
Trill coming in that placed at Jersey State.
Jersey State's, right. Was
Capola
Capola at that?
Capola was not at 41. Capola was at 49, I
But
believe.
did they all wrestle off for 49 or 41? Oh, that's when Evan went up, right?
Evan went up later. He didn't go
Right.
up at the time. Evan went up after Cope. What you call it? Well, they didn't want to go up initially.
Oh, all right. So it was 41. Lions ended up beating those 2, and then it was Capola and then me, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
big Pisha deal at 57.
Yep, exactly.
And did Blaze go 65, or was that shorts of Phil?
Blaze went 65, but then there was that first year there was a weight thing where
Right.
he weighed in too heavy,
Right.
so then he had to go up to 84.
And the All-American that year.
All-American.
That was great for him, dude. That was awesome. That was that year, right? So Sam was the 65-pounder, and then who was 74?
74 was,
Mass?
yeah,
Mass, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Then when was Delorid? I have to go to his wedding in April.
The Laureate that
Was
year
74 when I was a
not starting
senior.
yet.
Ah.
Yeah, he was not starter yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Great kids, man. I'm going to Mikkel's wedding. It's going to be great.
That's awesome, dude. When is it?
April 30th. It's a Tuesday. I go,
Is
who has
it-
a wedding on? I'm like, I'm glad you're having it on a Tuesday because I can make it, you know?
Yeah, but like, who has a wedding on that Tuesday?
Yeah.
Is it in Miami? Where is it at?
It's in Daytona.
Oh, it's in Daytona.
I go, dude, I'm like, you're from Miami, you live in Tampa, but you're having it in Daytona?
Like Ohio?
No, Daytona, Florida.
Oh, Daytona, Florida. Okay, there's more than one Daytonas. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's just going to have it in Ohio. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I was like, huh? No.
So I already had my flight, but Habs said I told Habs if he takes the NYU van, I'll drive with him.
Is Haverly going?
He was invited, so he's debating whether he could do it. They said his blood pressure's too high. That's why he couldn't go to the.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. Man, that was tough.
I wish he was there.
Yeah, same.
But if he takes the van, might be better or worse for his blood pressure if I'm driving.
I don't know. I haven't seen you drive, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's funny. He used to be able to take the NYU van everywhere. So every year he would take the NYU van to Atlantic City, and all my boys would take pictures of like, oh, there's the NYU van, there's Bruce driving it. And there'd be like a crack in the window and stuff. It'd be so hilarious.
That's something else, dude. That's something else. That van's iconic, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude. They had 3 qualifiers, 2 region champs. Unfortunately, the heavyweight got hurt.
Right.
He was a returning national qualifier as well too.
Uh-huh.
I think he was blood round actually too last year.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I was looking at some of the brackets, and I preach to these kids every year. Just because you made it doesn't mean you're not going to make it again. It's not secure. I mean, look at my sophomore year I made it. My junior year fell short, and then my senior year. Nothing's a guaranteed in the sport. Nothing. There's always going to be someone coming up. That's why it's never guaranteed. That's why it's like you can't settle. Even if you're All-American the year before, you can't settle. It's not guaranteed. There's plenty of people that won it the year before and didn't win it the next year, or placed one year and didn't place the next year. Nothing's guaranteed in this sport. That's why sometimes they overlook people.
Yep, and 100%, dude. 100%.
That's why I love the saying, train like you're in second place, but compete like you're in first, dude. That's why.
Yep.
Always have that underdog mentality and everything. And that's why I said a chip on your shoulder. It'll drive you. Especially some of the seniors that didn't do what they wanted to do this year. I always tell them, I always bring up my story and I tell them that chip on your shoulder is going to make you do big things in college. Just because it wasn't done this year doesn't mean it's never going to be done. You got better things to do it. And when you have that chip on the shoulder, it makes you dangerous. There's nothing more dangerous than a man with a chip on his shoulder and a man with his back against the wall, Mikey.
Are a couple of guys looking to wrestle in college?
Yeah, at Bridgewater. I mean, I hope some of the seniors do. A lot of my mindset guys are, a couple Bergen Catholic kids are going D1 and some stuff like that. So see what happens, man.
Sick.
But that's what I tell them. I'm like, dude, just because you didn't get it done now, go with a chip on your shoulder. Get it done in college. It's been done before. There's been people that never placed in states and then won a national title. It can be done.
Hey, look at Sean Lyons. Did Sean even make it to states in Philly, dude? I don't even know if he made the states.
He was a prep school guy, right? So I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but I do know that
he wasn't a Jersey guy. He wasn't he didn't compete at he's from Jersey, but he went to a prep school in Philly, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Because I know that for example, one of my friends, he lives by the border, right? And he's able to just go to Jersey, to Philly for schooling, but then he still lives in Jersey. But man. I mean, I remember
we're gonna have to have him on. We got to make a guest list, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Who do we say? LoJack. We wanted who else? A bunch of
Brandon
people.
Jones.
Yeah, Jones. So we got to get on them. We got to get on them this week.
Portman.
Sean Lyon. Well, we got to get LoJack. Then we're gonna get Sean Lyons. We'll contact him tonight. But this is the revamp, and then we'll game plan from there.
Yes, sir.
And then with my wrestling, I was coaching most of the year, but I had some good matches. Had a match with his name's Jake something from TNA. It was a really great match. I'll show a clip right now, and then there's going to be a link. Had some good stuff in Worcester, and then I'll be back in Boston. I'll be back in Worcester Thursday, and then Boston Friday. It's a nice little Boston loop.
What are you doing in Boston?
We're doing the St. Patrick Festival in Boston. It's crazy. It's at one of the breweries. So it's going to be pretty wild. Apparently, it's the biggest show in Beyond Wrestling history, so there's going to be thousands of people there.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Okay.
Pretty sick, yeah. Yep. And then, another thing, quick release here, a little preview. I am starting a Road to Memorial Day Weekend Challenge.
Okay.
It's in development. You could sign up for it, and you could become jacked and tan for Memorial Day weekend. You'll follow the workouts that I'm doing, my nutrition plan, some challenges sprinkled in. It's going to be great.
Where can I sign up? I'm trying to get jacked and tan for Memorial Day weekend.
So I'm going to have the link ready. This is all in development.
Gotcha. All right.
For a small fee, you could be jacked and tan like Ray Jaz for Memorial Day weekend. The Road to Memorial Day Weekend Challenge. Yep. Me and Evan Drill are coming up with it right now. It's 20% done.
And then approximately how long is this program going to be?
70 days.
70 days? Okay.
So it's 86 days now, so we're hitting the deadline of 70 days.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think it's going to be a good idea, and it's going to be more of a lifestyle. After 70 days, it's not that's it, I'm done lifting. No, you follow it. It's going to have nutrition, all the workouts I do 6 days a week, and then you know what the rest day is?
What's the rest day?
Get a tan. And we're going to have maybe style tips, which is some of the other details we're trying to figure out. But the workout plan's done, which is the hardest part. It's just coming up with cool stuff to throw in. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. different challenges. Like if you do different challenges, we could give you free merchandise, maybe free products, maybe a chance to party at the beach house.
Okay, the beach house. Okay,
We gave
okay.
you a guide to Jersey Memorial Day weekend, like which bars to go, what time to go, and stuff like that.
Okay, insider tips. I like that. Tips from a local.
Tips from our local, exactly. And nice to friendly debates of what shore town's better. It's gonna be good. We're ironing out the details, but like I said, the hardest part is over, and now just got to come up with the program, do some video shooting, and then all that good stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So how jacked? So if I do this program, how jacked will I get? Will I get Ray Jaz jacked, or at least closer than I am right now?
You'll get closer than you are right now. You're not gonna look exactly like me, but you're gonna be following everything that I do, which is a pretty damn good program.
Absolutely. Hey, show off the resume, Ray, real quick.
What's the resume? What, these bad boys?
Yeah.
You can't see it. This thing is bad. You have a bad background for me here. I gotta fix the background. This is ridiculous. This was supposed to be an upgrade from season 2, season 2.5.
Season 3.
This is when I get a new background. It'll be season 3. This is season 2.67. You round up to 3. But yeah, buddy, I think that's good, right? What do you think?
Yep.
Till next time, Mikey.
Yes,
Let's get some guests. I have another guest in mind. He works out with me at Lifetime. He's a good dude. He's going to be helping me out with the jazz tips too. So that content's coming good. The jazz tips are going to be even better than ever. All right, Mike?
Okay.
So get ready for it. A lot of good stuff coming. And this is just the start of it. All right, buddy. Take it easy.
See you, Ray.